All right. Here's another one. This is the track list. Boom, 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 boom. The names might change. There's some songs. There's like these two. I don't know. These four actually. I don't know if I'm gonna put them on. But all the other ones are gonna be on there, so you'll see them eventually. This is Propensity. Propensity is one of my favorite ones. It's it's like, I don't know. I think I cooked with the sampling. Ultimate cook with the sampling. I let the YouTube algorithm feed me, right? And it just did something crazy. Just listen.
Shut up. And go and find out. Then you're back and start talking about it. You can't tell me about this.
So, I don't know. I like that a lot. It is so good. And the thing is that's crazy is that it's all the same. It's all from the same sample, from the same one. And you wouldn't think that if I didn't tell you, right? None of it. Like the only thing that's different is Yosef Ben. Here, he's here again. There was a time when I was listening to him and he was so enthusiastic and what is the word, ambitious, that I was like, I can't not use him, you know. And he's kind of speaking facts. He's like a stern father, and you know it sounded good to me. So here's I don't remember the song. It's some jazz song. Something I'm realizing when I'm looking back is that I take huge inspiration from, I don't want to say black, but black music. That's the truth. That is the truth. I think that's because that's what I grew up listening to. That's what my mom introduced me to. My dad introduced me to. So I was, you know, listening to Tupac from third grade, NWA from third grade. Even though just because my parents told me not to, they were like, "You're too young to listen," and then I would go and listen. You know, we grow up listening to Cisco and Drew Hill, Blackstreet, all the R&B songs by 7th grade. I was singing them, Donell Jones, and you know, like that was my music. Even though I'm Puerto Rican and Scandinavian, it does not. I didn't listen to no white music really. There was like those old songs like Brown Eyed Girl, and George Michael. Those are like the only, you know, white musicians I would listen to. But for Spanish music, I didn't start listening to that until recently. But Spanish music is in my blood. And yes, I'm getting on a tangent here, but you could hear it in this album. There's like 2 songs, Good Book and Ill Founded. Those beats, I didn't sample it, nothing. I made those and they sound so Spanish to me. Like you can kind of dance to them. So I think that's where I get my music inclination from. So but yeah, there's a lot of black artists that I sample, whether that's from jazz or gospel or whatever. But the reason is just because it's too good. It is just too good. Everything is just too good. I don't know if I appreciate the ear that they have, or you know, the tone that they play in, or the scales that they play in, but just everything about it. It doesn't play like Brazilian music. It doesn't play like Chinese music. It doesn't play like Arab music. It just plays so, I don't know, it speaks to me. As weird as it might sound, it does speak to me. It really does. So I think that's why I'm drawn to it. And that's why I end up using it. So this is from like a jazz. I'm gonna find the video in a second, but this is from a jazz song. This is Dr. Yosef Ben. He was black and Puerto Rican, so that was nice to know that we shared some lineage. And then yeah, this is all the same song, and this is, I'm gonna make it solo. So here we have me sampling a little bit of this song here, like this. And you know, that's the classic, just 1 key, 2 key, like the key right next to it. I don't know why I do that. It's very simple, and it gives you a very dramatic feel, kind of dissonant, and I think I appreciate that sound and that style, because it gives you the energy that you want to hear. Like, I'm coming here to mean business, to talk business. It's not a happy time, it's a dramatic time, you know. I like those kinds of beats. And then this little piano thing right here is from the same song. I just clipped it, and that was something that was new to me. I don't usually do that. But I heard it and I was like, okay, It's gonna take some effort, but I have to do it, so I did it. And that's what it sounds like alone. Again. And it sounds good when you put it together, surprisingly. So let me find the song so I can quote it properly, and then I'll be right back. This is it right here.
Walk with me to New horizons. Come share the
Honestly, that's a great song alone. So when I heard it, I said, "Oh my gosh!" I'm closing this because it's cold. It's such a good song just by itself. I recommend everybody goes and listens to the whole thing multiple times. But I feel like I didn't even sample it enough. In honesty, I wish that I had done more. But excuse me, for what we end up with, it's pretty good. It is actually pretty good, and I think it serves the purpose perfectly. So here we have the drums that I chose. I just did some. Okay, I did some stock drums, and then I did some. Let me hear actually. It sounds like stock drums and sample drums, because I don't remember making the drums for these. It's hard for me to do boom bap drums. And then I originally just had this instrumental, no lyrics, but then I put lyrics over it. And you'll hear that in the song. This is also something I added.
Is that good enough?
And that was from like a talk at some convention that I was listening to in my free time. I think I have the video too. Let me find it. John Henrik.
Until you understand.
This was what I was working with in the time. So there was John Henrik, this guy. This is not John Henrik, but this is
Louder. Is that good enough?
Yeah, so this guy introduced Dr. Ben Yosef, and when he said this, I was like, "Oh, this is perfect for a song," And it gives you that old vintage vibe. There's so many of these videos on YouTube. Please go watch them. Please go watch all of them, every single one. Binge watch them. I don't care. It is crazy information that these people got, and they're not teaching this in schools. They're not teaching it in schools. Crazy. You go to college, they're not even teaching it in college. Just stuff that you would never know unless you attended these. Or now, thank God, inshallah, mashallah, they have the videos online. But you have to have a strong, stubborn belief system, because there's so many information. It will be muddy. It will muddy you. So I was taking things from all of these people, even this girl here. There's a song.
He said it was a system, and the system functions.
I forget her name. I'm gonna release a song with this here, but she talks really good. She knows what she's talking about. Like, these people are, it's like philosophy. It's social philosophy. Breaks it down. So, this is where I've got some of the drums from, probably. No, I didn't use those. So these are some of my sample sources. Yeah, or just random videos. So yeah, got that from there. I really like the way that this started, and for a while it was just this. Then I went back and I listened to the sample song for a long time, and I believe on the second listen I heard this. And when I heard that, I said, okay, it's over. I don't even need to take any more. This is it. And it was perfect. It was just perfect. So take it, loop it perfectly, and I say, we don't even need to be on beat for this or nothing. Usually I try to make it align, but you see it's not lined up anywhere for the loop. So, and it's from the same sample, so if it was the same key, and it was really nice and everything, and just beautiful music, really speaking to the soul. And I wanted to just kind of bask in it a little bit, so I put a one night I was getting out of work, driving home at like 10 or 11, and I recorded myself talking about false gods. You know, what is a false god? Do you even know what a god is? Do people even think about what is a god? Do people even think about what is worship? What is attention? You know, what you spend your things on? You know, what controls you? What motivates you? So I talked about that in this segment. Segment is crazy. And then I go on to write very profound lyrics. At the time, they were very profound to me. They still are very profound. I think they're funny. There's a line in there where I say, I kid you not, like vasectomy or great planning. I thought that was funny. I thought it was pretty funny. That made me laugh. I said, ha, that's a good line. Because usually I don't do like goofy, silly lines like that or you know, joking things. But I think this was a very, very, very successful song, and I think it got the point across. It's very self-reflective. And it's crazy because this audio clip was for when I had a job. This beat was when my job shut down. Then these lyrics were when I was going to college. So another thing that art teaches me is you have to be very patient. You have to be very, very patient and be careful not to be too hasty to forget things, to throw them away, you know, not use them. It's also a lesson in creativity. Use everything that is around you, you know, and honestly, you don't need too much. You don't need the best equipment. You don't need the craziest chords. You don't need, you really don't need anything. That is the truth. You don't need nothing except experience to make art. You need some experience and reflection. And then it will manifest itself and it will be good. And that's this song, Propensity. The reason it's called Propensity is because there was a very good line where I said sin chats via propensity. Sin chats via propensity, and I just really like that line. I don't know. Sin chats via propensity, lips catch fire. Let me see what it says again. Okay, I found it. Yes, I forgot my own lyrics. I recorded a long time ago, okay? Sin chats via desire or propensity. Lips catch fire when I try to lie my way out of a sentence. Cheap. Cheap is what I be, blah, 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 whatever. Impactful lyrics because that was kind of like a character reflection at the time. I was like, who am I? You know, what am I really about? Sin chats via desire or propensity. The sin would chat to me through desire. I would see something, I would say, oh, I need it. You know, I'd hear something, I'd say, oh, I need it. You know, covet what my neighbor has, you know. And you'd be looking with bad eyes, with wrong eyes, through a bad spirit. I would want things through a bad spirit. It was not good. You know, and lips catch fire every time I lie my way out of a sentence. Cheap. So I think I was like developing bad tendencies. One of those was lying. So, you know, there's so many bad tendencies I was developing, but hypocrisy, lying, just whatever. So I said my lips catch fire, you know, like I could talk fast. I was getting good at it, you know. Lips catch fire every time I lie my way out of sentence. Cheap. Just go, you know. And part of that is I think I'm really good at improvising. But improvising should only be used for joking purposes, or finagling your way into the Neapolitan Anepo society. Yeah, like that. Shouldn't be used for lying though. Lying to hurt somebody. No, not good. So this is the song, Propensity. Of course, go listen to it. It's gonna be very good. And yeah, that's it.